Hello everyone and welcome back. It's been really cold here in New York for the past couple of days. It actually got a little bit colder than we had expected, but I did get a chance to cover the garden. I couldn't make a video about it, but everybody's nice and cozy outside. Everything that I have outside right now is frost hardy, so they should be okay. None of my tender plants have been transplanted out yet, and I have not put any of the tender plants in the greenhouse. The new one that didn't give me yet either. They're all inside here with me, nice and cozy under the grow lights. So with that said, I actually wanted to make this video to give you an update on how the seedlings are doing inside. And since it's been so cold and I haven't been in the garden for the last couple days, I'm just gonna take you downstairs and show you how everyone's doing. Here it is under the stairs. This is how everyone is looking now. Everything is full, as you can tell. I've been using all the shelves now. And I'm gonna start up here with the tomatoes. As you can see, most of them have sprouted. I only have a few spots missing on the tray. You can probably also notice some of them got a little leggy, so they are stretching for the light and getting a little long. Actually, I have to tell you, they're looking much nicer now. Before, the stems were very thin. Now that I have been kind of working on it, even though they're tall, everybody's looking much stronger. So I had a book down here to lift this tray up and get close to the light. The reason why I took it out is because some of them got so tall, like this one and the other one, they were kind of touching the light and bending to the side. So I decided to take it off, but I had a fan running here so we could have some air circulating in the room. I did not have the fan pointed out to the seedlings, I just had it in the room. Also running my hands over them. I'll pull it out. I only have one hand right now, but I'll pull one straight out and kind of caress going all over, so make sure it gives some movement and encourage some strength. But the seedlings that have sprouted once the tray was closer are definitely looking much stronger. See how much shorter they are? So, but it's okay. Hopefully they will all do well. And I have some extra ones here that I have started for Avalon. She was an Instagram friend and viewer. We got a chance to meet and I started some tomatoes for her too. So that's some tummy grape tomatoes. I've already separated some things from this tray that I have showed me sowing last. I also tried to make a video with this, but it just didn't turn out very good. So I'm just gonna update you guys now. I have taken all the flowers that were in the back there out, and I have transplanted them here because they were getting way too big. I might put a little clip from the previous videos just so you guys have an idea how the tray looked like before I transplanted them. These are the flower seedlings and the herbs and greens. As you can see, lots of the greens have germinated and are growing well. The choy, the Chinese broccoli, kale, bok choy, tatsoi, they're all doing good. I'm gonna leave them here a little longer. The herbs are taking longer to germinate, to sprout out here in the middle. We do have a few that have sprouted already. I have some cumin in here, which I'm very excited about. Some bronze fennel that has this pretty color seedling here. And parsley hasn't sprouted yet. We have some cilantro, the Brazilian one, sprouting right now. Some of the basil, the purple one has all look like sprouted. All the seeds that look really good. And some of the flowers have sprouted too. Not all, they're missing some spots, but the sunflowers in here are getting quite big, quite tall. So I'm getting ready to actually pot them now. Now I know that sunflowers don't do very well with handling and root disturbance, so I am taking a risk doing this, but they're getting too big. I thought it would be better for them to get a little bit space for the roots to grow than to just get all root bound in there. I also read that zinnias don't really like to get disturbed either, and that can affect some production on the double varieties. If they get stressed, they can produce single varieties for a little while, which I think was cool to learn, but I am totally okay with that if that happens. This was a test run anyway, and those are going to be the first flowers that I plant out. I have direct sold sunflowers last year, but as I mentioned in the video that I was sowing all of this, I'm trying to do a little different this year, and I tried to start them inside. And I got so many comments and also some DMs on Instagram even saying that squirrels just eat you guys sunflower seeds or birds. Apparently a lot of you start them inside, so it's pretty cool to learn that. And I'm gonna see how mine are gonna do this year. So I'm gonna start one more batch inside, I think. If I do have some of them already doing well outside, I can direct sow some. And hopefully by then, the birds and squirrels won't be an issue. Also, because it is really cold outside, I put some stuff that were in the greenhouse inside here, just because it was supposed to be very windy too, and I was afraid that the greenhouse will fall. So these guys here were out, and I put them back in. I have also started separating my peppers, so I don't think I've ever really gave an update on the peppers that I have started. Let me pull this out. So this is how some of my pepper seedlings are looking right now, and obviously there's some eggplants. And here I had two, those are 3 different varieties. 2 in here didn't germinate, so I'm not gonna try to do it again, but some of them are doing really good. This is a fairy tale eggplant, the variety, and it's huge. Look at my hand and the size of those leaves. They're ready to be up potted pretty soon. This amaranth here, it just fell from my arrangement, my dried flower arrangement from my own amaranth last year. Some seeds fell into this thing, I think, when I was sowing, and one of them germinated. So I'm gonna separate this out and try to give it a chance to plant outside too. Some more eggplant in here. Those are kind of shorter varieties of peppers that they haven't been growing so much. But these guys are getting a little bit taller, and I have separated some to these containers here. They are looking pretty good, especially these jalapenos. Look how big they look. I reused this container from last year. I washed it and then I'm just potting them into them. But look at these jalapenos, looking pretty good. They're the tallest peppers that I have so far. And I have some other interesting ones here. I have some fish pepper that have not shown any variegation yet, so I'm kind of worried, and I hope they do, because that's the reason why I bought them. And there are a few more peppers in this tray here that just didn't fit when I was separating everything from here. So I put it down here to be a little bit closer from the light. I have started this new batch of seeds of a few other things after I started this. And they all are kind of growing too. These are the butterfly peas. I heard that they were very hard to germinate, but I have started them before and it was easy, but I was like, oh, maybe it's just lucky, and it was fine. So I didn't really have a hard time with it again. So I'm very happy it worked out fine. I have some more peppers that I have started here because my Buena Mulata pepper that was overwintering there didn't look very good. It was looking pretty dry and brown. So I was like, you know what? I'm afraid that I might not have one. I know it's late, but I decided to start this anyway to see how it will do. And some puma peppers that is the same as this plant here overwintering, but I realized I only have one, and this was one of my favorite peppers last year, so I decided to start more. Let's see how it goes. They germinated really fast, which is great, because the first one that I planted took like about almost 3 weeks to germinate. These guys just germinated in a week, so kind of lucky there. Maybe the room is just a little bit warmer now, so it's easier for them. I have some nasturtiums in there that I have started too. They're looking very nice. There's some other flowers that I have started in here. This is a little marigold, and this is some feverfew. And back here, there's a passion fruit that has not done anything yet, so I'm starting to worry a little bit. But if I don't get any seedlings, oh well, at least I tried. And down here, I have some other things that I had started. So this is some nasturtiums I started together with the peppers, and they're looking so nice and big. So I put them in bigger pots, and I hope that they can stay here for another 2 weeks with some more nutrition, since they have more soil, and they will be very nice and big by the time they go out to the garden. I also have this was overwintering here. I put it in there to see if it gets a little better. It's looking a little weak. This basil is looking pretty big too. I potted. I also put it in a big pot, and I was just leaving it in here a little longer. The ginger that I got from Hawaii, this guy didn't do anything. She looks the same. This is the yellow ginger, and the blue ginger just died. So not very much luck with the ginger either. And there's some more peppers that were up potted there in the back. I just moved this, and the smell of basil got super strong. That's awesome. So this is pretty much how it's looking so far. Lights are working great. The ones that are closer to the light are doing really good too, and this one's a little farther down, so when they grow they can have some more space there. Very happy with how everything is going. All the tender plants are still in, and I have not started any of my cucumbers, melon, squash, anything like that yet. I plan to start them when it gets a little bit warmer. They grow really fast and really don't do well with the cold, so I am really trying to hold myself a little bit longer this year, and maybe I'll start them by mid-April to put them out by May. Last year I tried to rush a little bit to put my warm weather crops out. I had a lot of things out by April, since our last frost date is April 5th, but this year, I'm going to try to be more patient, and then by the time I put the new seedlings in May, I'll still be getting some harvest from the cool weather crops probably all well into May and June. So just trying to be a little bit more mindful this year. Hopefully everything is going to do well. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Just this little update about how everything is doing inside. I'm really looking forward to be out in the garden again when the temperatures warm back up, and I'm excited to also show you how everything did with this cold snap. If you have any questions about anything, please don't hesitate to put them in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.